The sex crimes unit are laying out a disturbing case of child exploitation.
Police have been in contact with 3 of the young victims, but say more children are seen in these videos, pictures, and other images and have yet to be identified.
5 Ontario men have been arrested and charged after a 7-year-long multinational child pornography investigation. It's a case the OPP are calling unprecedented and at the heart of the...
It's a crime we're hearing reported more and more each and every single day. Every 12 hours, there's thousands of child pornography images reported online. Now here, each one of these lollipops represents a child. There's 10,824 to be exact. This installation, dubbed Lolly, the exhibit nobody wants to talk about, is set to open up tomorrow. It paints a picture of a crime that victimizes the most vulnerable young children.
We have a social epidemic and more needs to be done, and we have to take action now.
With the abuse being recorded, that moment of living my nightmare exists forever. It's out there for other people to view and use. It never really ends for me.
With the growing power of the internet and the modern ability to share video and photos, we're now seeing an explosion of 20 and 30-year-olds coming forward to speak about being sexually abused as children and having their images shared online.
We would refer to them as the first generation, where not only were they sexually abused, but the popularity of starting to record that abuse, and then the offending community normalizing it, connecting with one another, exchanging strategies.
You're not just clicking something. You're not just downloading it and keeping it and watching it. You are harming somebody. That child is hurting.
2.5 years ago, the Canadian Centre for Child Protection launched Project Arachnid. In that time, they've had 10 million reports of child pornography reported to them.
We had absolutely no real clue until we developed this EPIC tool. So really, we were in the trenches every day looking at images, but no one could really wrap their head around, how bad, how big is this problem?
Now we know, and the Centre believes it's only going to get worse. Enter the Lolly exhibit. Over the last 2 days, about 20 people have unwrapped and placed each lollipop. The term lolly is used by sexual predators online to describe their young victims.
We know we hear offenders talking about using the terminology lolly. We know it sort of represents childhood, and there is this sort of juxtaposition here. And we need to use this as the beginning of a way to start a very difficult conversation.
When you walk into the exhibit, you're hit by the sweet aroma of candy. But by the time you walk out, the hope is that you take away a very different perspective.
We want Canadians to be outraged. We want them talking about the exhibit and talking about the fact that more needs to be done.
Last month, the OPP busted what was dubbed a big box store of child pornography in Vaughan. The supplier was alleged to have 60,000 users from 116 different countries. That's considered a big bust, but is that just a drop in the bucket here?
Yeah, that's one web hosting. That's the tip of the iceberg. Here you realize within 5 minutes of doing this type of work, you're anywhere in the world. That's why collaboration and communication and sharing of investigative techniques is what we do.
When it comes to victims, the Centre admits that the horrors of what survivors are dealing with was something that not even they fully understood. That is until now.
They live every day with the knowledge that their material is being viewed by offenders around the world, potentially used to groom other children.
The Centre says action from government is essential, but what can you do at home? Well, education is key, and there's plenty of literature. Just go to our website, citynews.ca/extras, and you can also spread the word with the hashtag Lollipop Takedown. Now, this is here at the Stack Market. The exhibit runs this weekend, beginning tomorrow through Sunday.